Okay. I have a confession to make. And this is something that nobody knows. This is my biggest shame, my deepest fear, kept down and hidden to the deepest parts of my mind and soul. So no one has ever witnessed it. So I'm going to tell the internet first. My hidden shame. I'm obsessed with fan fiction. Hello all, and welcome back to my channel. My name is Kimmy and I hope your day is going great, and if not, I hope this video makes it a little bit better. And if you saw this hook and you clicked on this video, then you know exactly what it's going to be about, and I assume that you're on the same page with me. So let's get right into it. I've spent an embarrassing amount of time reading these fanfiction stories. It's not even funny anymore. The amount of hours that I've spent reading this, I could have probably gotten another college degree with how much I read. You know, it's insane how the stories just suck you in just because you know the characters. Like, you've watched the show, or you've read the book, or you've read the comic, and now you have this idea of these characters that you already like because you've already spent time building a relationship with them. You watched the entire fucking season in 2 days. So you could have more, and now there's no more left. Now there's no more left to watch. So what do? Do you just let it go? Do you just wait until the next season? Do you just wait years upon years for it to maybe never ever be renewed, or maybe or for a chapter to never ever come out? What if a book never comes out and you fell in love with this fucking random ass character? There are hundreds and hundreds of stories that people who are just as obsessed as you have written about your favorite characters, your favorite stories, your favorite universes, anything you can think of. So tell me, how could you not spend hours and hours and hours reading? Tell me. I may have already started my YouTube channel and had 500,000 subscribers if I hadn't gotten lost reading the tons and tons of fictional stories written by fans of various medias. Do I regret it though? No. I love it. I still love it. I don't regret any of the stories that I've read. Honestly, they have just scratched my brain in such a way that I just love it and can't get enough. Even after 10 years or 11, maybe 13 years. I don't know the exact age, but I'm pretty sure it was somewhere in middle school where I discovered my first fan fiction story and was like, oh my gosh, my eyes were just opened. Before I get into this, I just want to define fan fiction for all you people who don't know and haven't learned and haven't had their eyes opened. Let me read you the Google AI definition. Shall I? Okay. Shit. Are you okay? Wait, what was the question I was supposed to be asking again? Oh, what's AI? What's fan fiction? Fuck. This is already a mess. According to the AI overview on Google, fan fiction is a transformative, non-profit creative work written by fans about an existing media property, such as a book, TV show, or movie. Authors use established characters, settings, and plot points to explore new storylines and scenarios within the original work's universe, or even combine elements from different stories. These fan-written stories are also known as fanfic and are created by and for fans within the community called a fandom. So all that to be said, stories written by people who've experienced whatever media content they're written by. So shows, books, manga, really any kind of piece of media that you want to write about, you can write about it. As long as it's transformative, and as long as you're not taking ownership of those characters. My introduction into the world of fan fiction came in the summer of 7th grade. I was out visiting my family in the country, and we were sitting outside getting ready for a barbecue. It was hot as hell, and since there was no AC, I wasn't trying to be in the house. I would rather at least have fresh air than be like in a stuffy ass house when it's hot as fuck. So I was outside under the tent, just reading, just perusing the internet, trying to find some more episodes of all things Law and Order Special Victims Unit. Yes, my first fan fiction was about Law and Order SVU, and let me tell you, let me just go into a ramble about SVU real quick. I had an obsession with SVU when I was younger. I don't know why this was the Law and Order I latched onto. Maybe it's just the detectives. I thought the detectives were like amazing, so I just had like a crazy ass obsession with them at this time. And I didn't have Hulu or anything at this time. Like this is when I was in middle school, and SVU probably wasn't on Hulu at that point in time anyway, so I wasn't watching it. And I was just looking for more episodes to watch, or like I was hoping to just find like maybe a pirate website I could watch all the episodes on. So I'm just scrolling through my phone, and I come across this script or this episode that I didn't really recognize. You know, it was just like a story kind of format, and I was like, I don't remember watching this episode. What is this? And so I read through it, and it just scratched this amazing itch on my brain. Like it just did everything I needed it to do. Like Elliot and Olivia, lovers to friends. Benson and Stabler, slow burn romance, hurt and comfort. Bensler, slow burn slutty romance with a hint of friendship, family, and hurt and comfort. It was my shit. Story was about 100,000 words long, so it was a nice long juicy one that really just got me caught all the way up in it, one that kept my eyes glued to the screen and scrolling. Like there was an entire like family barbecue going on around me, and all I could look at, all I could give a fuck about was the story that was on the screen. It just did so much for my mind. My first fan fiction that I ever read was a slutty, depressing, slow burn, 100,000 word masterpiece that kept me glued to the screen for hours. And when it was over, I just felt empty. And I wanted more. Let's talk about my fan fiction preferences. Now everybody has their own preferences and tropes and different kinds of genres that they like to go for. I feel like my tropes and genres are just so fucking weird. Like they don't relate to me or my life at all. Like I've never experienced these things. I don't relate to these characters or the situations that they're in, honestly. So I don't understand why I've gravitated towards the themes, genres, and tropes that I have gravitated towards. But before we go any further, let me explain exactly what tropes are. So let's just go over the different kinds of preferences and the different kinds of preferences that fan fiction readers could have. So some people read fiction based off of relationships or ships. This is when you're basically pairing two characters together, or three or four, really. It's up to you. It's your fantasy, your fan fiction. You can do whatever the fuck you want to do, but that's what a ship is. So I always feel like I pick the most random ships. Like it's never the ship that's on the show. It's never actually a canon relationship that I'm pairing two people with. It's always like the main character and like the weird ass secondary person who no one ever sees and is kind of mysterious. You know, I love a mysterious character that someone's trying to get to know. I love a coming of age story. I love people getting into their bodies and getting to know themselves more. I love a friends to lovers story. That's one of my favorite romances. And I love a slow burn. Like I want to feel the pain. I want to feel the emotion. I want the paragraphs explaining every single emotion to be long and detailed and plenty of heaving bosoms and different kinds of like opaque coloring. Another trope that I love is I don't know why. This is just so fucking weird. I don't know why, but I love a hurt and comfort. Like I love to see a character suffer and then come from the other side. Like it's just so weird. I'm gonna give you guys an example of this hurt and comfort that I just have become obsessed with. Okay, so I watched My Hero Academia a couple years ago. I never finished it because it got really stupid and I got tired of the characters. I just feel like there's just too much bitching and moaning within the show. Like this is a stupid ass rant. If I was Deku, I would have started socking people's heads off if I all of a sudden had All Might's power. But like, it's fine. This is why I'm not him. But anyway, I was watching My Hero Academia and I developed, I don't know, like an obsession, a love, a fetish maybe for the most, why? Tell me why it was Shinzo Hitoshi. Like, why him? Of all the characters for me to develop some sort of obsession around, it was him. And I just created this fantasy in my mind that he's just like a really abused and sheltered and neglected kid who just needs love, and Aizawa is just gonna love him and bring him to light and show him what family is. And that's the trope that I have going in my head for for this show. So whenever I'm looking for fan fiction, I'll always just type in like My Hero Academia, Archive of Our Own, Hitoshi, Shinzo, hurt and comfort, foster kid, neglected, abused, sad, depressing, Aizawa father hero. And I'll get the exact, and somehow that'll give me the exact results that I want, because I'll find plenty of stories and I'll read them all. And I have read them all. I found them all and I've read them all. So yeah, that's just one weird ass example of I'm not a depressed fucking hero kid who's been neglected and fostered. I had a great childhood. Shout out to those who did not, but I did. So why is this what I gravitate towards? I don't know. I couldn't even fucking tell you. All that to say, I don't relate to most of the stories that I read. I just decide that I just need to read every single enemies to lovers story about Avatar: The Last Airbender's Katara and Zuko, and I just need to find every single story, pairing them together, and read it and really feel the characters' emotions. Like, I don't know what it is, honestly. I really am obsessed with Avatar: The Last Airbender's like ships. All of them, honestly. I like Aang and Katara, but I love Katara and Zuko. Like, you'll never tell me that Katara and Zuko shouldn't have been together, because they should have. But anyway, I love it, and I'll go back every so often, every few months, to see if there are new stories on the fandom, or see if any of the old stories that like aren't complete have been updated or not. Because I'm just such a fucking crazy person. I'm just such a fucking obsessed fangirl. Like, I don't even know where this comes from. Like, I do crazy obsessive deep dives. Like, if there's like 30 pages of like stories to read, I will literally go through every single story, go through every single page, like reading the summaries and the tags for each story, so that I can find like the perfect one. And I have like a set of like standards that how I choose. Like, if it's not finished, I'm probably not going to read it, because I'm just going to get this like sense of, oh my gosh, now I don't know, now I have to wait. Yeah, and that's not what I want for my fan fiction. I want a fully fleshed out story. If you can provide some motherfucking animation in there, or some illustrations, that's even better. It just really gets me into the whole story. So I like to go by word count and then chapter count as well, and then I'll go through next and see if the tags are what I want them to be. Like, does it have some romance in it? Does it have like some funny bits in it? And then I'll also, of course, read the summary. So hopefully all summaries are on. If the authors who are writing them, hopefully your summaries are on, because that's really what I go off of the most. It's like when I find a good story or a good fandom to become obsessed with, it's like my brain just goes, don't fucking bother me for the next few weeks. Not for work, not for school, not for taking care of your animals or your relationship. All I want to do is read these stories and be like immersed in the fantasy. And the worst part is that I don't even regret the time spent reading the stories. I would read more if I could. If there were more stories to read, I would read them all. I'm trying to stop myself from stooping to the level of generating fucking AI fan fiction, but I already know it's not gonna fucking hit the same, and I'm just gonna feel like soulless and dead while I'm reading it, and probably just be disgusted with myself. Because the best part about the fan fiction is knowing that it's written by like other people, other normal people, other fans of the show. Like, you could really feel the detail and the energy and the passion and emotion that goes into writing a lot of these stories. And obviously AI is not gonna fucking feel like that. It's gonna feel like a goddamn computer. It's gonna feel cold and empty and soulless and really clinical and boring, and it might just ruin it for me forever. So I don't even think I'm ever gonna ever try it. Seeing these stories makes me feel like I have proof that there are other people like me. Like, there's no one else in my life who I can even talk to about this. So at least I know by reading these stories and seeing them posted that there are other people out there. Obviously, people wouldn't keep on writing these stories if nobody was ever going to fucking read them. So there are other people who will read the same story and get the same vibe. And if only I could find them, that would be wonderful. But I still have not. because you really have to be a special brand of person to be looking through the internet for Teenage Mutant Ninja Tori fan fiction stories about Leonardo being bullied by his own brothers. Like, how fucking random is that? Like, I'm laughing and smiling right now because this is just hilarious actually saying this shit out loud. Like, I've never said this out loud or even let it get like close to the surface of me being able to speak it. So now that I'm saying it out loud, it just sounds so fucking hilarious because I'm like, girl, what are you doing? How much time have you spent on this? Okay, another one of the worst parts about this obsession is that I can't fucking tell anybody. Like, I don't know if the stigma is just in my head or if there are other people who really feel this way, but I feel like if I were to tell somebody, oh, I spend time reading fan fiction, they're immediately gonna think that I'm just straight up reading smut and porn all day. And yes, some of it is smut, but like there's plenty of other stories too, so I feel like it shouldn't be a shameful thing. Like, people read different kinds of fictions all the time. Like, people read fictional books all the time, so I don't see why I would feel that this was different or why anyone else would feel this is different. So that's why I was like, it might just be like the stigma might just be in my head. Like, I might just be prejudiced. Not even prejudice, I might just be against my own obsession because I just think it's weird. Like, this could just be one of those like self-hate things, I don't even know, but I just think that people will probably think that this was just a weird thing. Like, I've never heard anyone else really ever bring it up in conversation about, like, when we're talking about reading things, people are usually reading like fictional books, or they're reading like biographies, or they're like reading like poetry books. Those are the kinds of things that the people around me or like my friends read. So I'm not just gonna be like, oh well, I read this really, really long, awesome, detailed, like passionate, lusty, like hurtful, depressing, but still feel good fan fiction about One Piece. Like, who's gonna who's gonna understand that? Who's gonna be like, oh yeah, that makes sense, those words all go together? No one. I don't think no one. See, this is why I can't tell anyone. You know what, let this video stay fucking buried, honestly, because if my friends or anyone were to hear this, I would be so fucking embarrassed. I'd be like, oh my god, just never ever look at my channel again, please. Like, when people think of fan fiction, they think of like just cringy, smutty. Just, I feel like people think that when you're writing fan fiction, you just like debaucherate the fucking characters. Is debaucherate a word? Like, debauchery? Like, debaucherate is probably a word. If it's not, I'm gonna keep it because it sounds very intense and perfect for this situation. But like, I feel like people think that you're just weird. You're not. People don't consider it real art or real media. That it's just considered like a bastardization of what the actual media or content was. But I don't feel that way. I love it. I feel like it's expanding the world. It's giving you new insight. It's making you even more obsessed with the characters, so that when it actually, like, when the show comes back or when the new chapter drops or when a new book drops, that you're that much more obsessed with what's happening, you know? And then when you read that the new content that they put out, when you read like or when you watch the new show or you read the new book, it just makes you have even more like fantasies, even more like outside thoughts that just expand what the author or creator originally intended for the characters. Even though it's written by, you know, fans of the show or fans of the piece of media instead of the creator, some of these stories are better than the actual like original published content. Some of these stories really just bring it. Do not underestimate fans with keyboards and crazy ass imaginations and fantasies, because they can really put a story together. There have been a few stories that came from just random ass fan fiction, and maybe a few by meaning one. And even though I love the stories, it's still like, it's still weird to know that when my friends start talking about what they're reading and what they're, you know, what the kind of media they're consuming, I can't just say, oh, yesterday I spent the entire day reading a 300,000 word coffee shop AU about Harry Potter. Can I tell people that? I don't know. I haven't tried it, and I'm trying it now. I'm you know, putting my feelers out there about it right now. So we'll really just have to see how it goes. When it comes to talking about what we're reading, I just stay quiet and I nod and I smile, all while I'm thinking about my bookmark stories on Archive of Our Own. I'll be there to read you in a bit. Wait for me. I wonder if other people even feel this way. Like, I really don't know if it's all in my head. Like, are other people just fucking hiding their fiction obsessions too? I feel like there has to be other people who understand it. Like, YouTube is probably the place to find them, because there's a bunch of fucking weirdos on YouTube too. The question is, are they my brand of weird? You know, a very specific brand of weirdness. Hopefully I'll be able to connect with them through this. I mean, I know that everybody's like, there's a secret shame that everyone is hiding. I know that. I know some people want to act like they're perfect and like they don't have any weird shit going on in their fucking head, but everybody's a weirdo in some regard. So I know that I'm not the only one who's like hiding something just deep down inside of them that's just like, what the fuck is that? Like, come on now. Like, it doesn't even have to be harmful. Like, reading fanfiction is not even a harmful thing. It's just like what the fuck are you doing spending so many hours reading this just, I don't even know. I don't know what I'm doing. I've cut back though, because I have like a job and I have other things to do, so obviously I'm not going to spend all day reading anymore. But like when I was in school and like summer break, there was one summer break where all I did was obsessively read in my room. I'm pretty sure there are other people who are like specifically shameful about this too, who just like hide it and keep it within the depths of their mind as well. To those people I say, put yourself out there, you know, leave a comment, let me know what your favorite trope is, let me know what you're reading right now. How do you prefer one shots or nice long chapter heavy stories like me? You know, it kind of feels like this obsession doesn't exist too much for me because it only exists online. It only exists in my head. Like, no one else knows, so it's not validated yet. It's not a real tangible thing, even though I've spent so much time and energy on it. But it only really exists online, and the only witnesses to this obsession is me and my Google search history. So putting it out there for just random people to see is a bit daunting, but honestly, this is fun just to talk about. I don't get to talk about it enough, and the fact that I spend so much time and don't get to talk about my obsession, I might just make fan fiction videos starting for forever now, because this is just hilarious to me, honestly. So this video is basically me breaking the silence. I'm admitting it right now. I'm taking full ownership and responsibility. I love reading fan fiction. I grew up reading it. It's been years upon years upon years that I've been reading. Never written a story though. Like, I've never written a story, and I feel kind of bad for not really contributing to the community in that way because I've gotten so much out of it. But I love reading it, and I love the community, and I love the fandom. I love the tropes. I love the platforms. It's just a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful thing for me. I get way too invested in characters, tropes, and fantasies that don't even affect my life. And yeah, I do feel weird saying it, but I also feel really, really free. There are amazingly supportive readers and extremely talented and creative writers who have just given the community thousands and thousands and thousands of hours of entertainment. So I know there's a community for us, and I would love to find it. So if you're watching this and you've also fallen down a 10-hour fan fiction hole before, then let me know that you exist. Let me know you're down there. Let me know that you're an actual real person, so I don't feel so alone and weird and awkward. Drop your favorite trope or your favorite character, your favorite fandom in the comments to let me know that you are weird too. And I promise I won't tell anybody about your obsession. I won't let anyone else know. This could just stay a little secret between us. We don't have to say anything, you know? No one else has to know. So let me just introduce myself one more time. Hi, I'm Kimmy, and I'm a fanfiction addict. Thank you guys for being here with me today. I really appreciate you getting to the end of this video. If you enjoyed yourself or found some value in this content, please like and subscribe, and even hit the notification bell if you want to see more. Now, if you'll excuse me, I have a 20,000 word fanfic waiting for me.